The following podcast contains jokes and laughter, but we want to make it clear that humor is never at the expense of the victims or the tragedies discussed. If you enjoy a blend of comedy and true crime, you found your podcast. However, if you're easily offended, this might not be the right fit for you, and that's perfectly okay. Listener discretion is advised. Hey y'all, welcome back to Melanin Mysteries. You already know the vibes. New episode, new case, and of course, a story that'll have you talking back to your phone. Now, we've all heard the phrase, if I can't have you, no one will. But most of us just take the hint and move on, right? Not everybody. So today's case is a reminder that love can be sweet until it's not. So grab your snacks, get cozy, and let's get into this story of Loren High. This one, just wait on it. So I'm your host, Tiffany.
And I am your co-host, Willie. Okay. You've been calling your friend for days, and he ain't been responding. Nigga ain't answering. He ain't replying to text messages or nothing. And make it so worse, his phone going straight to voicemail. And you know, like, this your dude, so you know how he operates. So you're like, nah, that's not like him. And it's Super Bowl Sunday. So you know when black folks, we always looking for a reason to celebrate. So Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? We only do it just for the halftime show too. You know what I'm saying? And y'all supposed to be watching the game, but this dude is MIA. So you like, look, I'm just about to go ahead and pop up on him, just to make sure he cool. So you get to the house and it's dark inside. So you knock on the door and the window and you get no answer. You're like, okay, what the hell is going on? But something in your gut is telling you that, yeah, something is off. You know what I'm saying? Something is not right. So you go around to the back of the house, you don't see nothing. So you decide like, fuck it. This is an emergency. I gotta get in the house. So you go ahead and Jimmy Red the door in the front of the house and you get in. So once you in a house, it's cold and it's dark and whatnot. And you see this little nigga lying on the floor. So you thinking to yourself, like, damn, like maybe this nigga didn't get geeked or got drunk or whatever, he passed out. So you call out to his name, so go help the little nigga up. So you grab him by his ankles to kind of, shake him to wake him up. But nah, his ankles ain't feeling right. You know what I'm saying? They stiff and they cold. And he been talking about how he was kind of depressed lately. So you kind of question yourself, like, shit, did this dude commit suicide? So you immediately call 911. So let's talk about the nigga on the ground. His name is Loren Lavelle High. And he was born April 20th.
Loren.
Loren. It's Loren. Why would they call a dude
His
Loren?
name is Loren. His
I'm
name is
calling him
Loren.
Loren. We
His
gonna call it
name is not
Lavelle.
Loren. His name is Loren.
Man, look, it's Lavelle. We gonna call by his middle name. Why? Because I feel so special about the middle name for reasons I don't want to talk about. So we're gonna talk about Loren Lavelle High, who was born April 22nd, 1998 in Madison, Wisconsin, to his parents, Daphne Artemisa and Leslie High. He had a brother named Daryl. It doesn't appear that his father was active, but he was raised primarily by his grandmother and his mother as a single child. Now, growing up, they say he was smart. They say that like he was like almost gifted smart. Like, so right before he graduated from Rufus King High School, that's in the black area. In 2006, his mom passed away in that February of a heart attack. Rest in heaven. And of course, that just threw his world completely off. He went through some depression, understandably, and he was just trying to find his way, like his new normal. You know what I'm saying? Especially without his mom. So Fran said that he was looking for love at all the wrong places, trying to fill the void in all these different women, right? He did slow down through his mid-20s, and he found love with a woman named Natasha Bent. And the two welcomed two baby girls, Daphne Marissa, and remember, his mom name was Daphne, so of course he named his first daughter after her, and Alicia Eden. They also said that Loren was a great father. Like, the nigga was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. He was hands on with his girls, but unfortunately, he and Natasha didn't work out, and they decided to separate. But they maintained a good relationship, co-parenting for the sake of the kids. He had a stable job, and he was living in a house that his mom left him after she passed away.
Whew.
Sound like a good nigga.
Yeah, he did. So, it didn't take long but a hot second for Loren to pop back out with a new chick. Gore chicks, he was young, he's single, he just living, he minding his business. And then he stumbles across someone who seems to hold his attention, and maybe she would be the one to send him down. So enter Portia Humphery. Now, Portia Marie Humphrey was born 1986 to her mom, Annie Lee Humphrey, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I couldn't find her father's information, but here's a twist to this story. Her mother killed her father in front of her when she was young and she was sent to prison. So Portia grew up in the foster system.
Damn, the apple don't fall too goddamn far from the tree.
We just gave the whole case away. Thanks. Um, so Portia, she get a ton of siblings. She has Sally, David, Lois, Curtis, and Quintesta.
Quintessa.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh
But anyway,
yes.
yeah, she's the only one who had the different name. But anyway, her
No,
mom,
Porsche. Her name was Porsche.
no,
That's
her
not
name was
different.
Portia.
It don't make a difference. Porsche or Porsche. The point is that was yes. They name yes. She you said she had a different name.
Her sister, Quintessa.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you said Porsche had a different name. I'm like, no, nigga. Porsche's who names it? Oh, go ahead. Forget it. Just forget it.
So it looks like Portia's mother had her like really late in life because her mother was born in 1937. Got a sweet tooth? Let's fix that. Listen, I am a cupcake connoisseur, so when I say OMG Z Desserts and Treats is the real deal, you know it's legit. I tried Zina's cupcakes and they are moist, flavorful, but not too sweet. It's absolute perfection. So, with birthday parties and grad season coming up, now is the time to lock in your dessert table. Cupcakes, cakes, cookies, flavored and infused popcorn, Rice Krispie treats, Oreos, pretzels, you name it, she's got it. So call Zena at 216-640-3343 and follow OMG Desserts and Treats on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Treat yourself. You won't be disappointed.
Damn. And that bitch was still busting it open after. God damn.
Yeah, I was trying to find some information about her
That's
mom's
she a old ass baby mama. That would be what 40. Wait, no, that
she was
49,
almost I think she was 50, I think they
51.
said 53.
Damn, she had a
Yeah,
baby at 53.
because I was trying to find like her mother's case, and I could not find her mother's case information anywhere, but I did come across her mother's obituary because she just passed in 2000. She passed in 2022, and it had her birthday, and I was cross referencing dates and siblings and parents, and yes, her mother was born in 1937,
Damn,
and
that was
Portia was in her
oh,
obituary as her daughter.
still stroking and poking. Man, go ahead.
Not popping on no baby at 50 something.
Hell no, that old ass Geritol baby. And then they say like when you get too old, like the baby got had Down syndrome, right?
They say that it's a higher chance of not just Down syndrome but a lot of mental defects, and I mean especially back in the day, and that used to be true, but now it seems like most women, because a lot of women are having babies after in their 40s and 50s now, and now it seems like everything is fine. So maybe with the development of modern medicine, they've corrected that issue, because I know my grandmother had my uncle after 40, and he was like delayed, and they always attributed to she had him later in life. So anyway, because some women, it's very common for women to have kids in their 40s now. It's a new thing.
I
They
look,
want to live their life.
I'll say that if you got kids already, don't be popping up at 40 with no damn kids. Don't do that.
Sure won't be
Don't do
me. I
that to
know
them
that.
kids. Know what I'm saying? You showing up to their school old as fuck.
Well, my daddy had my daddy is about to be 80, and my brother's he'll be 22. So my daddy had
Yeah,
a baby
your
when he was
father, he need to be
56.
ashamed of his old ass self doing that.
So anyway, okay, back to the story. Back to the story. We can get all off topic. So anyway, um, Portia was basically raised in foster care. She was a teen mom, and she was a mother of 4 children by the time she was 29. Now it looked to be like she was back and forth with at least one of her children's fathers, or the father. I'm not sure, but one of her baby daddy's name was James Sewell, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. So Portia, she was also always looking for love, and she just wanted, a relationship. She's had her fair share of bad relationships, and she just wants a man that she can settle down with, fill that void that only a man can fill. So when they met, she was working 2 jobs. She had a nice apartment, and she was taking care of her kids and staying out the way. Now, when the two got together, according to Loren's friend, she was like a sweet talker, and she like had him tangled up in her womanly web. But Loren's friends were not feeling her, and they felt like they could see right through her. They just got bad vibes from her. But Portia, she thought she had found her forever in Loren, and that they would get married and blend their families, and rock into the sunset and have that happily ever after.
Hmm.
But Portia, She was a jealous one.
You could
You know,
tell by her picture.
she one of them don't look at my man, don't speak to my, don't even get them breathe too close to my man, okay?
Damn.
Don't do it. So after so long, Lauren got tired of that mess. He like it's just too much. The jealousy, the insecurities. And after about a year or so, their relationship started to like crumble and Lauren wanted out. So he began to put some distance between the two of them. But you know how that toxic love goes. It's back and forth, not really a clean break because somebody gets lonely and then somebody just wants some ass or wants a
Mm.
cuddle and then somebody ends up
Yes.
in somebody else's bed.
That toxic loving.
That's
Woo.
that toxic cycle. So and then like as women, we tend to get confused with that. And in our mind, if we sleeping together, baby, we still together. Especially if we were at one point in a relationship, baby. As long as we sleeping together, we still together. So, Portia, she's still on that toxic and jealous girlfriend tip. And Lauren, this nigga, like, how he a nigga. He like, nigga, I'm back dating. I'm single in these streets. So he seeing what's out there because he hadn't been outside in a minute.
Oh, this nigga I live my best life. So Lauren got about 3 hoes in rotation at this time, right? He ain't
Why
because
they gotta be hoes?
I'm sorry. Lauren got about 3 chicks in rotation at this time.
Thank
He's
you.
single in his mind. So after, she started an argument because he liked some chick picture or Facebook post, he decided
That
it was
sound
done.
right.
Yeah, huh? Oh my
That
God,
sound
man.
right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, damn. And now you can actually see on Instagram, like if you pull up a post, you can see which one of your friends like the post. You see that shit? They're making it harder and harder for niggas to cheat. I'm
Sir,
just
that's
saying, like,
always been there.
no, no, that wasn't like that. Where you could go on a post and in the corner, it'll show everybody that you friend with who liked that post.
Oh, I don't be paying attention.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he like, man, look, this it right here. I'm done with her. So he said, look, I'm done with her ad, but her ad was not getting a hint. He was on a
She said,
FaceTime
just because
call
you
with a
done with
long
me, I ain't done with you.
I know, right, man? That hey, look, sometimes toxic loving can be good, but when you got somebody who really toxic and really delusional, that shit don't be fun no more. Like it'd be like, all right, bitch, like you doing too much. I know. So he was on the FaceTime call with a long distance boo named Suzette Bergeris, who lived in ATL Shody. So it's a possibility that she was a man. She knew all about Porsche, and
She was not a man.
I said it's a possibility.
She was
She
not.
live in Atlanta. It's a possibility. Just throwing it out there. So she knew all about Porsche and the mess that Lauren had been going through. And, Porsche shows up at Lauren's house, insisting that she has to use the bathroom. So Lauren lets her in and goes to the bathroom. That's the nigga first mistake. Like, come on. Like, this be killing me with niggas, right? Niggas will do that and then something will happen. Like, oh, I didn't expect that. Bitch, how you didn't expect that? You should know. If you know that's your person toxic, you know what I'm saying? You got to literally cut them off, like, completely. You can't, you will gotta use the bathroom. Bitch, piss on the side of your car. Do not use my bathroom. But anyway, he let her come in, right? The bathroom. But when she comes out the bathroom ass naked and lays across his couch. Right? It's just this ass crumbs is all on the couch. So according to Suzette, Porsche was not only jealous, but she was mean. Like they say, she was cruel and she was downright manipulative, right? So the date is February 5th, 2017, and this is the date of the Super Bowl. And remember, Curtis Peterson had been calling him for the last few days, and his phone had been going straight to voicemail. So he called Suzette in ATL and asked if she had heard from Lauren, and she like, no, I've been calling as well, and I'm getting the same results. So she like, hey, look, why don't you go ahead and check it out for me? Because I guess they used to talk every single day. So this is when Curtis decides to do the wellness check on his boy, and remember Jimmy Bridge the door goes in or whatever the case may be. The house is dark. Remember he not no answer, all that good stuff. So he started panicking. He went in the house. We know all that. So he's calling his name with no answer, and that's when he rounds the corner, see Lauren face down on the floor, and assumed that he would pass out and drunk because he was not responding. He hit his ankle. It was cold. He knew something was off. He also remembered that old dude was struggling with depression and thought maybe he committed suicide. Just wanted to catch y'all up. So Curtis steps out of the house and he immediately called police and tells them that he believed that his best friend committed suicide. So when police got to the house, one of the first things they noticed that there is no forced entry, right? And the house is also cold. It's 47 degrees in the house, would preserve his body. So Lauren had a bullet wound to his chest, and there were also 2 shell cases near the body. So Curtis tells them that Loren committed suicide because remember, he like, look, old dude was stressed out, so maybe he offed himself. They asked Curtis if there were any items missing from the house. Curtis mentioned that Loren had a 40 caliber gun that was nowhere to be found. So I'm kind of questioning, like, was he looking around his house? Or what? So when he say it was nowhere to be found, is that because police was looking for it or because he was looking for it?
I don't believe they said, but I'm assuming, the police probably looked for it. I don't know.
Probably to see, okay. And I would say, yeah, that probably would make sense, especially if they think he committed suicide. But his
Yeah, because if
phone
they
was
think he
there.
committed suicide, they'd be like, "Well, where's the gun?" And he was probably
Exactly.
like,
That's what I said. So they probably were looking for it.
"Yeah."
Right.
He probably was like, "Well, he has a gun," so they thought it was suicide. They're like, "Well, where's the gun he used?" Because the gun should be right around him if that was the case. But if it wasn't,
Yeah.
then they went looking for it, and that's probably when he figured out it was missing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. All right. But remember, his phone, not remember, but his phone was there. So his phone was still there, right? So, but of course, it's locked. So they had to send it to see if they can get it open, if they could hack it. They also noticed a glass on Lauren's couch that had a white substance on it, along with a fingerprint. Curtis R. Rip tells them that Loren did not do hard drugs. He smoked a little bit of that Mary Jane here and there. A little reefer ain't hurt nobody. But that was it. They asked Curtis if he knew anyone that wanted to hurt him, and he tells them no. He said he dated a lot of women. This nigga had hoes in every area code. But he really only had drama with one. And guess who this one was? Porsche. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I really didn't think a candle could really change the vibe of a room, but Legacy Candle proved me wrong. I ain't gonna lie, look, I lit up the calm scent, and man, I'm talking about instant relaxation, right? It's light, it's fresh, it ain't overwhelming, you know what I'm saying? And my whole spot was smelling right. And because we got the hookup, right? Because we love y'all, right? Melanin Mystery listeners, right? This is a special hookup just for y'all. You get free shipping, right? All you got to do is use the code Melanin Mysteries, right? And in case you can't spell, that's MELANINMYSTERIES at the checkout. Put it in, you get free shipping. So all you got to do is hit up legacy-candles.com. That is legacy-candles.com. Set the mood, and I promise you, you will thank me later.
So while they're canvassing the scene, a woman runs up. She's crying and she's just discombobulated. She's looking a little suspicious. Her name is Casey Spencer and she's a friend of Lauren's. Now, she said one of her friend's parents lived next door to Lauren and saw the police, the caution tape, and the commotion. And when she heard that, she got there as fast as she could. She did make it clear that she and Lauren were best friends and that Lauren, he had a lot of women. So he was supposedly dating about 5 of them at the time. And she did give them Portia's name. She gave them Suzette's name along with another woman that he was saying, but she didn't know that woman's name because she said Lauren never mentioned her name. But she did explain that Portia had been giving Lauren hell. And she also reiterated that Lauren only smoked weed, but she had heard that Portia did tend to dabble in the hard stuff. So now this is their
Go ahead. No, go
no,
ahead.
so this
What
is
you
their
gonna say?
second time hearing the name Portia. So they like, yeah, we need to talk to this chick. So they go round up Portia, they bring her down to the station because they just really want to start getting some details about Lauren's final moments. So Portia, like sis is prepared and she ready to go. So they asking her questions and she's describing her and Lauren's relationship as like, on again, off again. But that's how it is sometimes. But she said, we was good. We good. No issues. So detectives know that Loren was found on February 5th. And from speaking with a neighbor, the neighbor said that he spotted Loren on February 3rd. So they're like, okay, so we're working with a 2-day window between February 3rd and the 5th. So then they asked Portia about the last time she's seen him. And this chick starts literally pulling out receipts to show like where she was on February 1st. So they're like, well, why are we talking? We're talking about February 3rd through the 5th. Why are you talking about February 1st? So they like, hold up, something in this water ain't clean.
Mm-hmm.
So next they asked her if she knew anything about the glass and the white powder that was found on Lauren's couch and if she had ever touched it. She was like, no, I ain't never touched it. And she was like, because I ain't been to Lauren's house in weeks. So they like, well, do you know anything about Lauren's gun? And she like, yeah, I've touched it before. Why? What's up?
Then she like, wait, hold on, what? You know what? No. I ain't never touched that gun. This bitch had a straight Rick James moment.
Just come on. I mean, what am I gonna do? Just all of a sudden, just jump up and grind my feet on somebody's couch, like it's something to do. Come on, I got a little more sense than that. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet on Eddie's couch.
Detectives are looking at her sideways because, like, nigga, within the first couple minutes of the conversation, they caught you up in the lie. So they like, you know what? We just gonna go ahead and stand up. Told her to stand up, put your hand behind your back, and they arrested Porsche and charged her with obstruction of justice. They confiscate her purse and she had with her, and then they get a warrant to search her home. So they get the search warrant, and the very next day, they are at Porsche house, and her sister is there. Now, court documents don't say which sister, but I'm almost willing to put money on it that was her sister Quintessa, right? Because if you look at the pictures, they are like, look to be really close in age and almost like twins. But anyway, while one set of detectives are searching the house, the other is speaking with Porsche's sister. And her sister said that she saw Porsche on February 2nd and that Porsche told her that Loren had been shot. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, God, like, even your family, like, you really can't trust nobody. That's like, if, like, don't, nigga, you have the right to remain silent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I'm not justifying nobody kill nobody, but I'm just saying, I ain't saying shit. You know what I'm saying? She fucked up her whole story by telling them that. So she said she saw her that and said that my dude was shot. She said Porsche was acting depressed and that somebody shot Loren and was in the hospital. She also says that when she went to take a shower, she saw a bag of clothes in the bathroom. So she done snitched and told all her sister shit.
Mm-hmm. So now, how would she have known he had been shot? Because that wasn't public
Mm-hmm.
information. So, and then from what detectives had put together, they believe that Loren had been killed between February 3rd and February 5th, like we said. And then they like, hold up a minute. They go in her bathroom and they find hanging in the shower of the bathroom a light purple night scarf, a matching knit headband, and they were both reeking of cleaning solution. So
Mm,
then they
mm.
find a pair of pants and a maroon coat with that same smell, and everything is wet. So all the clothes that her sister said that she saw her wearing that day. So they don't find anything else useful, but now it's she's officially a suspect. So after a day or so, they let Portia go from jail, but her ass ain't off the hook. Not by a long shot.
Hell no, the detectives get another break. They like, damn, they getting lucky. When they get word that Lauren's phone was able to be unlocked. And they notice that there's absolutely no phone calls, text activity at all on the phone after February 1st. So they know the whole timeline is off, and the neighbor had to have been mistaken. Remember, old girl kept on mentioning the first. Remember that? Yeah, dumbass. They noticed that on February 1st, there were numerous texts back and forth between Portia and Loren. They were supposed to meet up. Portia asked Loren if he was home. He said yes, but it looks like she never made it because she texted him at 12:47 a.m. and said, "I hope you're not mad at me because I didn't come." 12:47. That is the best toxic creep hours right there.
Well,
Because
she
there
didn't
ain't really
come
that
for the
much
whole thing.
conversation. Y'all getting right to action. 12:47 a.m.
But
Like
she
late,
didn't
late,
come.
late
So
like
what do you
that.
mean? She didn't come. She didn't come over. She said I didn't.
No, I know that, but I'm saying they were supposed to link up, and at 12:47, she said, "I hope you're not mad." Make it seem like they were supposed to meet up like late at night, and I'm saying that'd be the best session, right? Because you could bust her down, and them guys say y'all ain't got no long conversation. Go right to sleep.
That whole theory that made absolutely no sense. But anyway,
It probably didn't, but I said it.
so they also found out that Lauren was texting another woman, and they found out her name was Dashanelle. So this
Mm.
is probably the chick that Casey said she didn't know her name. So they reach out to her, and she comes into the station on February 11th. Now they tell her that they need to speak with her about a homicide, and she immediately responds like, "It's not Lauren, is it?" And she says that she hadn't heard from him since February 1st. Now, that's 10 days. I'd be a little bit concerned, do a pop up. Well, maybe they wasn't serious. I don't
I
know.
mean, yeah,
They
that's what I'm
thought he
saying.
was
You
no
don't know the
fair.
type of relationship that they had or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
So Dashanelle, she said she had spent the night with him on the night of January 31st, and she was
oh,
also texting him on the evening of February 1st. And he had told her that he was about to have a long overdue conversation with his ex and to wish him luck. And that was the last time she ever heard from him. So she
damn.
said she had texted him later the evening to see how it went, and he never did respond. So Lauren, he had his read receipts on. So she sent the first message, that one had been read, and then she sent the second message, and it said it was delivered, but it was never read like the first message she sent was. So now the detectives, they narrowed down the time frame of Lauren's murder to between 10 p.m. and 11:25 p.m. on February 1st. Now, detectives still need to verify Chanel's alibi, which turned out to be solid, so she was ruled out as having anything to do with Loren's murder. But before she left, they did show her a picture of the crime scene and asked her if she noticed anything that was out of place, and she points to that glass that was found on the couch, and she's like, that wasn't there when I left.
Damn, so he about to that nigga's a freak. He done bust her down, right? And we're about to get some toxic coochie
No,
from
he was
Porsche.
not. He said he wanted to have a conversation to get rid of her. Closure.
Man, gee, look, they're supposed to
Can you
whatever,
act like
man.
you got some sense today, please?
You said what?
Act like you got some like decorum today.
What do you say? I'm saying that at the end of the day, no, man, he wasn't about to have them no conversation. He probably told her he was trying to get some toxic cooch. That's what he was trying to do. Cause nigga, we can have a conversation over the phone. If you know your girl is toxic and they said that she was mean, you know what I'm saying, like downright mean, I'm not having you come to the house for you to flip the fuck out. So if we're gonna have a conversation and it's a long overdue conversation for us to be over, nigga, I'm having that shit over. I'm not having you come to the house. Last
Okay,
time she came to the house to use the bathroom, the bitch was naked on this couch. So all I'm saying is from what you know what I'm saying, my experiences with toxic situations, he wasn't about to try to have no conversation with her. He was trying to get some cooch. But that's just me. So anyway, then the call comes in from the lab with an analysis on the glass that was found. Remember, there was that white powder on there, and it was MDMA, aka ecstasy, and the fingerprint found was a match to Porsche Humphery. There, and she doing ecstasy too. She 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 was about to get it in. And remember, Porsche told detectives in her interview that she ain't been in his house in a few weeks before the murder. And that glad was not there when Chanel left the morning before Loren was killed. Right. So now the shit is looking real bad. So detectives go back through the stuff that they had confiscated from Porsche when she was arrested, and they found a bus pass in her purse. They get with the bus authority and they find out she did take a bus on February 1st, 2017. The bitch didn't even have a car. But they'll be the best ones to mess with, though, real talk, because they can't just pop up over your house. It takes a little bit of time because they either got to get an Uber or they got to get a bus. You know what I'm saying? So they'll be the best ones to mess with, women without cars or can't drive. Just throwing that out there. Buses have security cameras. And when you know it, the day Porsche had on a maroon coat with light purple scarf, some boots, and the same boots they found in her house that reeked of cleaning supplies. But the gun was nowhere to be found. They think that she dumped it somewhere, but she didn't take it back to the house, right? So I'm assuming they never found the gun. So time goes by, and now it's March when Port phone records finally came in. There were over 100 pings on February 1st between 7 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. from Port's phone in extremely close proximity of Loren's house. When I say close, they talk about like nigga 10 feet from his house, right? So like nigga, she was in his house. So Porsche was rearrested on March 21st, 2017, and charged with first degree reckless homicide. In her interview, they asked her if she would like to talk. She immediately asked for an attorney and ends the interview.
So she was scheduled to go to trial January of 2018, but Portia asked for a plea deal because this was facing up to 60 years that she was convicted. So she pled guilty to second degree reckless homicide. And part of her plea deal, she had to give her account as to what happened. So Porsche claims that she went to Lauren's house and they were, quote, intoxicated.
She was
And
hiding the motherfucker.
and Lauren allegedly offered to show
Allegedly.
her how to use a gun, and it accidentally went off and shot him in the chest. So,
So even after they give you a plea deal, you still fucking lying?
exactly. So she was convicted on January 1st of 2018 and was sentenced March 23rd of 2018. And y'all ain't gonna believe the sentence she got. Y'all ain't gonna believe the sentence she
Bruh.
got. I was so
Bruh.
aggravated with the sentence.
Bruh.
This chick, oh my God. This chick got 9 years, y'all.
9
years.
years in jail, man.
9 years. Like, and Lauren's
9
family
years.
and his friends were freaking appalled. And you know what? I would have been too.
Yeah, so imagine, not only did she lie in the very beginning, no, I
She's
mean, first of
still
all, she killed
lying.
him. still like lied in the beginning, lied and said that she wasn't there. Come out, she was there, and they got all this evidence showing that she was there. So obviously she's lying to cover up something. She could have easily came forth to say this is what happened. Not only did you kill, you lied, but then to only get 9 fucking years. Like, first of all, who was her public defender? Because I need that nigga name. Because that nigga did an awesome job. And I'm
She
just
had
being
3
honest.
of them.
You said what?
She had 3. She kept switching out attorneys when I was looking
Nigga,
through
because she
her.
found the right one. She found the right one. Because for her to get 9 years for murder, even if it's second degree, even if it was second degree, you know what I'm about to say. You know what I'm about to say. Because we know somebody who got second degree murder and had 34 years. Just throwing that out there. Second degree, and you only got 9 years, and then they ask you to recount the story and your ass still fucking lied. Oh my God, she has a phenomenal lawyer. We're gonna get his name. He better than Top Dog Law.
If I hear that one commercial one more damn time, I
Top Dog Law. You know what I'm saying? My electric was gonna get turned off. Y'all said that y'all don't have it. But Top Dog.
I was listening to that commercial and I was like, what? I'm not obligated to give you no money because your lights got cut off. Like, that is
no, this is the crazy part. Let's be honest. As ghetto and hood as it sound, nigga, if something happened, I'm calling Top Dog.
Yeah, because that's what they did. The guerrilla marketing. It's gonna, when something happens, you're programmed now to call them because that's the first thing you're gonna think of. I mean, the marketing strategy is genius. They're just annoying.
Yeah, very annoying because I said, who came up with that? Like, yes.
And I don't know where they came up with all this money to be running all these ads like this because it's crazy.
Yeah, nigga, Top Dog getting money, man. Top Dog get y'all money, y'all too. I'm gonna see if we could get if we could get them to advertise with us.
Shoot.
I'll do a commercial for them.
Sheesh, how they they came out of nowhere and just flooded the world with commercials. But anyway, let's stay on track today. So Porsche, she files an appeal in June of 2020. It was denied. Her sentencing was affirmed July of 2020. So she is currently serving her time at the Taycheedah Correctional Facility in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. I don't think I said that right, but whatever. So, y'all, she gonna be back on the streets in less than a year.
Killing again.
2026. She about to be back out in these streets, okay?
Yep. She probably went to, So women, be careful, because now that, you know what I'm saying, she in there tossing Bucci cat with other women, she probably gonna come out, you know what I'm saying, as a straight dyke. And if you look at her picture, she looked like she could be
she looked crazy as hell.
Yeah, she the stud. Like she like a stud that's a thug that can fight.
So, and by the way, so since she's been in there, this chick, like I said, what about her baby daddy? Why this woman been dragging her baby daddy through the mud for child support? Ma'am, you don't even have your kids.
For how much, though? Tell them how much.
Oh, so she been in court with this man since before she went to jail. And the nigga, first of all, from what I see, don't never show up to court, but she keep going. And in all these years, that man's child support only accumulated up to $2,600.
$2,600. She said she
baby, you up in there fighting, going to court for $2,600.
She trying to get her commissary. She want her summer sausage and everything.
$2,600, ma'am. Your restitution, I think her restitution is like $10,000-$15,000. Even if you wanted to put it towards that, ma'am, you don't have your kids. What is he paying you child support for? And apparently you can get child support if you're incarcerated. I had to look that up because I'm like, why would he be paying her child support and she's in jail? But apparently in some situations you can still collect your child support.
I mean, yeah, sometimes law be crazy, man. But
that doesn't make sense because you're not using that money for the benefit of your child. Yeah. They be fucking up shit with the justice system. But anyway,
But that is the story of Loren High and that bitch still lying, Porsche Humphery.
And rest in peace to Loren, because that poor man lost his life for, again, no apparent reason.
I know, and that dude had some hoes too, and that's okay. Out of all the hoes that you had, know what I'm saying, you chose to keep fucking around with the they said he had all them and only one was giving him issues. Nigga,
who that sound like?
Anyway, let's go on to our the segment that we love the best, and it is called
Love, Lies, and Alibis.
All right, here we go. What we got? T to the G. Oh, by the way, y'all, do not call Tiffany Tiff because she cuss you out. I just want to let y'all know that she
Oh,
does
thank you
not
for
like to
saying
be
that. Because
called
why
Tiff.
that crossed my mind earlier, I get very annoyed. People just assume that's my name. I
Khadija
hate
be
being
calling
called
you
Tiff.
that. I didn't have to tell like Khadija, stop calling her Tiff. She don't like that.
And people just
Yes.
ignore the hell. I'm like, that's not my name. It's not. I be
Also,
trying to
if
be
you live
nice.
in Cleveland and you know a gentleman by the name of Steven Robertson, please do not call me, do not text me, and don't come by me because it's a possibility that you have HIV. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, and with that actually kind of segues to our next section. All right. Yeah, that man is all over.
And just in
No,
case you don't know, you
no,
guys,
he got arrested.
yes,
The
j-
yesterday they
for the
arrested him.
people, yeah, for the people that don't know, Steven Robinson is a gentleman, this nigga that lives in Cleveland, and he had HIV since 2016, and he's just going around fucking different women and giving infecting them, and he decided to go on live and just talk about it, say, hey, look, the hoes that y'all fucking is ones that I've messed around with, and it's a possibility that you got the gift that keeps on giving, and we're not talking about herpes.
So this,
So
but this is my thing about that. The condoms were invented for a reason, and y'all gotta stop letting these niggas slide up in you raw. Like, I don't just.
I mean, no, I mean, yeah, you know, and I mean, shit happened, but I mean, regardless, even if you have a condom, it's a possibility that you know it could bust. You know what
I mean,
I'm saying?
but still, condoms are still 99% effective against STDs. Like, they're only
I mean, no, no. If they don't bust, you're absolutely
yes,
correct.
yes, but they're. I mean, but
Yes.
still, 99% is a very high percentage versus the 71% that they are effective against pregnancy. So yes.
Oh, that is true.
hmm
So we just
So
say, yeah, just strap it up, be safe. So what?
so today's love lies and alibis question was: is cheating ever okay?
Ooh.
And this question came from I don't watch Love and Hip Hop anymore because baby, I'm tired of them. Y'all 40, damn near 50 still arguing about the same shit y'all was arguing with almost 20 years ago. And I've
Yeah,
just
man, they
gotten
be making that,
tired of the
and
foolery.
they be making themselves like they be
You
literally
make you're making yourself look stupid. So
like an ass. Jeez.
between Rashida and now Yandy, who have been cheated on, they didn't had babies on these women. Yandy up here lying, talking about some baby. It was me who DM'd that girl.
I
It
saw
wasn't you.
that.
And that man standing there looking at her like, bitches, you really up here lying.
But this nigga start lying too with her, like, yeah, 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 that is true.
And then she gets on the camera and she's like, y'all just trying to break up my family. No, your husband is trying to break up your family. But all right, is it ever okay, Willie? Is it ever okay to cheat?
No, look, and yeah, coming from no, it's no justification. Like real talk, let's be honest. It's not a justification because somebody gonna get hurt in the long run. And usually, you know, if it's a point where you feel like you gotta cheat, just leave, just walk away. I mean, real talk, just skedaddle, bounce. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, somebody gonna end up getting hurt. And I think a lot of people try to justify. They will, like a lot of men say, well, you know what, she ain't giving me no sex or something like that, or whatever the case may be, and that may be. The possibility that could be true, or some men cheat because they say that the women don't like to give oral, whatever the case, just walk away. Just I mean, my thing is if that's the case, just fucking walk away. Period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't think it's a there's really no justification for cheating. I don't. But you know, some other people feel differently. What about you? Well, I already know your answer.
Yeah,
But
you
go
already know
ahead.
me.
Get
No,
on
I
your
don't.
get
I
on your
don't.
soapbox.
Yeah, don't get me on my soapbox. I don't condone cheating. Don't, especially at this age. Well, you know my rule. That's built into our friendship. I ain't covering for you. I'm not helping you cheat because as a person who's been cheated on more than a few times, it hurts. Like you said, it hurts, and people end up dead literally because we've seen it so many times due to cheating. Just like you said, if you're not happy in that situation or you feel like you're not getting what you need,
Walk
just
away.
leave. Do
Yes.
everybody a favor, just leave.
And
Just
it's o-
leave.
and look, it's okay to walk away. It's okay to walk away and it did not work. That's okay. I would rather walk away than get carried by six, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, be in jail or whatever the case may be. It's all right to walk away, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta go to our comments. A lot of people have commented. I did not see nobody, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see anybody that justified it. No, actually, Mommy Jones originally said, I'm gonna sit this one out. And then Terry Love said, okay, because I would get my lick back first and then leave. But have I cheated? Yes, but not intentionally. I thought we were broke up. How the fuck you don't cheat intentionally, my Terry Love? How what you mean you thought y'all broke up? Nigga, either y'all broke up or y'all didn't. How you don't know if y'all broke up or not? Anyway, Tamika Corbett said never. It gets to that point, break up. I agree with you. Um, I mean, pretty much everybody said it. Lily said, if I stay, I'm gonna get my lip back. Won't cheat first, but I will cheat back.
See, I don't
What about
believe in
that?
that cheating back. I don't believe in that because
Now I ain't
that
gonna lie.
just
I did do that when my ex when I found out she would cheat on me, and I was faithful. Now I did. Now granted, I cheated in the very beginning, but then I went like 10 years, and I was a good man, Savannah, a good man, and she cheated on me with some dude or whatever the case may be, and I'm like, yeah, I was hurt, so I was like, I gonna get my lip back. So I get that.
no. I'm to me, I'm not. I don't know. Like I because to me that just keeps the drama going, and realistically, men can never handle the same things that y'all dish out. Like if y'all cheat on us, we supposed to just get over it. If we cheat on y'all, y'all whole world is over.
I know
Jesus,
because we more
just
physical,
take me,
like
Jesus. Now, like
yes.
I be nigga. Mm.
No,
Okay,
real
so
talk though, because women, you guys are more like the emotional part. Like, did you love her? Like, did you care? Men be like, nigga, did you suck that nigga dick? Like, we be that we be thinking of the physical. Like, this nigga was banging my girl out and just imagining the faces and the mouth, like all that, and it just, yeah, we can't take it. I ain't gonna lie. Cause when I got cheated on, man, you would thought, man, it was over for me. She like,
yeah,
nigga,
I mean,
you
like
cheat.
y'all damn near be in the hospital on life
I was
support, like.
exactly, man. I couldn't breathe.
But y'all be done cheated 18 times and we supposed to just suck it up and be okay. Yeah, we cheat one time, y'all on life support. So Kay said, I'm gonna be real with you. It's easy to say never. It's never okay, but we also gotta look at the difference between men cheating and women cheating. A woman can cheat and never be physical with a man because she's already emotionally attached to someone else. It's easy to say that we should never cheat. I've cheated. Was it physical? No. I emotionally connected with somebody else. Was it right? No, but it filled the void that I had long lost.
All right, well, I'm confused. She said a woman can cheat and never be physical with a man.
Because women, we're like you said before, we are very emotional, and we will like we can be emotionally invested in somebody that we've never slept with, and that is a form
Now,
of
let me tell you,
cheating.
I look, I would rather my girl cheat physically than emotionally.
Yeah, because if we cheat emotionally, it's over
It's
with.
over. Yes,
It's
it's up,
completely
nigga.
over
It's
with.
over. Yes, I know that nigga. Yeah, cheat. Then go ahead, let that nigga. Yeah, go ahead and get that nigga some
And
head, but don't tell him you love him.
so Vivi said it's never okay. Too many STDs floating around. I second that. Accidental pregnancies or fuck around and be featured on an episode of Melanin Mysteries. I know that's right because we
I
will
know, ain't
cover
that
your
right,
case and talk
Vivi?
shit about you in the process. Mm-hmm.
I know. Yeah. Let me see. Nikki said never, and we'll read more. It's Brittany, bitch. She said never. Plain and simple. If you gonna cheat, there's no point in being in a relationship. Leave that person alone or find yourself something safe to do.
I know that's right. Find something safe to do.
Yeah, I agree with you, man.
All right. So
Yeah, just be careful out here, especially because I just real quick and I'll be done. This the because when they were talking about the nigga in Cleveland going around um fucking mess around with different chicks and giving them STDs. It was also showed another story of somebody, and I don't know how I would bring up Atlanta. I do, but the nigga in Atlanta was doing the same thing. Like, it's niggas out here that are really doing this, and it's females out here. Y'all got to be careful. Like, real talk. And just because a nigga show you a my chart, you know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. He can show you my chart. That don't mean shit. That really
you
don't.
don't.
Because he could show you a my chart that he took a month ago, but then just poked somebody 2 days ago.
And people have to realize that another thing people don't understand is HIV does not show up right away. It can take HIV 6 months to a year to show up on a test. So just because their test is clean now, it can like that can fester. That herpes can lay dormant for years before. And so people
Exactly.
like that's the thing about herpes is herpes you can not. And this is like such a misconception that you had herpes from the last person you slept with. That's not necessarily true because herpes can lie dormant. Herpes is usually only brought out when you have stressors, and you can only test positive for herpes when you have an outbreak. Like there are blood tests, but those blood tests are not accurate. They'll tell you that if you have potentially come in contact with it, but it does not necessarily mean you have it. And then
And they
people
say
also need
like
to
one in
understand
five. So like
one
it's a
no, it's one in
possibility.
three have herpes.
Yeah. So it's a possibility that it's people that listen to our show got herpes. If you do, let us know. Uh, let us know like what you do to
No,
control your
just be
outbreaks.
quiet. But
Okay.
yes, is it like I said, and that and it's I know a couple people who have it, and I mean it's very unfortunate because it's just very like I said, and people can have it and not even know
I told you
because
I messed around with that chick that had it, and she was having an outbreak or whatever. She's like, "No, we can't do nothing. We can't do nothing. We can't do nothing." I'm like, "What the fuck wrong with you?" And she's like, "I'm having an outbreak." She told me about it and everything. I felt horrible for her and everything. Granted, I dumped her right after that, but that ain't the point. The point is she was very honest and upfront with me
yeah,
about it, but only because she was having an outbreak though.
I remember I tried that Facebook dating for like 2 weeks before I had to get the fuck off of that I don't even know which cesspool of craziness. And I remember this guy reached out to me and literally in his profile, like biggest day, he said, I have HSV too. Google it. I appreciate your honesty, sir, but
Yeah,
that's gonna
you
be a
gotta
hard
appreciate
pass
that.
for
It's
me.
like it's another girl with the what you call with the you know what I'm saying with the herps that match up with you and y'all can just you know what I'm saying have a good herpy day and call it a day. It's other people, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
They
actually,
actually have a group. They have a
you're not.
group. They
I
be having
mean, like,
groups.
so the thing is, you can live a perfectly normal life and you can keep it under control. The only time that it can really be transmitted is if you are having an outbreak. So, I mean, there are safe ways to do it. I mean, it. I mean, me personally, I'm not.
Would you be with somebody with it?
No, no.
You
Like, I was
wouldn't.
just
What?
about to say that. I was coming to say that, but no. Me personally, I prefer someone to be STD free. I don't judge you, but I appreciate you for your honesty.
No, I get it. You're right. I got you. So
Yeah, I
if
appreciate you
yeah,
for your honesty.
yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Be real. Know your status and tell people if you got something. So, all right, we got done. We good?
Yes, and before we move along, y'all know
Uh-oh.
I'm usually the very calm when I'm very, quiet. I'm very calm. But y'all also know that when pushed, I do turn up. And one thing I don't
Uh-oh.
play about, I don't play about my best friend. Y'all know
Who
that,
did
right?
something
Like
to me? Who hurt me? Who hurt me, girl?
I'm
Talk
10
about it.
toes down behind this one. You rocking on rolling. And I don't fuck around with bitches that don't fuck that fuck about my best friend. Don't come in my DM. Okay, let me clarify. Let me back up a little bit. If you feel like our podcast is not for you, like I said, that's fine. I don't. We're not for everybody. We know that. We know Willie is you either like him or you love him. Cool. But what you're not gonna do is you're not gonna sit
Mm-hmm.
there and drag my best friend through the mud and talk about how he ignorant and you don't like him. And bitch, kick the fuck out my get the fuck out my DM.
Ooh.
Cause next
Y'all the
bitch that
main
come in my
Tiffany
DM
man.
with some bullshit, I'ma cuss you the fuck out. And let me
Damn.
just yes, I'ma cuss you the fuck out. I'm like my patience ain't there. Like I said, you can really say whatever. I don't care about you not liking the podcast. But baby, find something safe to do.
Mm.
Middle finger to my haters. Are you bitch jealous? Fuck y'all.
All right, we can
Mm.
move on now. I
She
got that off my
said, "Oh, don't try Jesus. Don't try me." Yes. Oh, who? Somebody said something about me. What happened? What
yeah,
they
I'm
say?
not. We don't entertain negativity, so we're
Okay.
gonna keep it moving. Like I said, our numbers speak for themselves, and we're not gonna entertain negativity. So we're gonna keep on pushing. Go ahead and talk about our girl.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about Khadijah, man. Like we're gonna always bring this up. Make sure that you guys check out episode 9, Khadijah Brown. We're gonna make it short. You already know the situation. We're trying to get her help. We're trying to get her. She filed an appeal, so we're gonna see how they go first. We're trying to get a sentence reduction, or a sentence reclassification. Is that what you would call it? Just something where she was charged for second degree, okay, but just in this case, you see what happened. She got 9 years. They gave her 34 years. So we're just trying to get her case looked at, and then justice need to be served. We're not saying she don't need to be in jail. We're just saying she don't need to be in jail for the time that they gave her. So check out the case. Whatever you could do to help, we really would appreciate it. She has a GoFundMe set up, and there we go. Yep.
Mhm. Um, let's say we are. If you're interested in ad space, like I said, the numbers are continuously going up. Well, we greatly
They really are.
appreciate
Like
that.
we're not gonna eventually one day we'll share, but I'm not gonna share. But it is. It's I ain't gonna lie. So that's why if you get like I'll get one like because I don't know what she talking about. Somebody went and heard said something about me, but the things I see, I'll get 15 people like, man, oh my God, we love it. And then one person like, you're going to be the cause of the show ending. You're like, I don't give a shit about that because our numbers reflect what we're doing. Like, we are really doing good. And we thank all you guys first and foremost. And you know what I'm saying? First of all glory to God. And we definitely thank the fan for really rocking with us or whatever. But with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Ad space, we're reaching a lot of individuals. You know what I'm saying? So take advantage, especially of the price that we're giving, because it's, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound like we soliciting for money and everything like them
Well, if you
pastors
would just
be.
let me see why you sat there on that whole rant, you could
Oh,
just
my
let me
bad. I
finish what I
shut
was
up.
going to say.
Okay, go
So if
ahead.
you're
My
interested in
bad.
ad space, please send us an email to podcast@melaninmysteries.com. And don't worry, you'll deal with me, not him.
Yeah, because if
Um,
I'll do your commercial, it's going to be a top dog commercial. All right.
I mean, apparently the Top Dog commercials is working really well because
Yeah.
they got hella money for ad space. So, also, just make sure that you are sharing the podcast with your friends, your coworkers, your favorite barista at Starbucks. Um, and everyone so in the group, if you're not over there, go over there and join Love Lies and Alibis because we are trying to get to our goal of 100 reviews, as in star reviews on
Yes.
Spotify.
Yes.
We are 19 reviews away, and when we hit
I thought it was
100,
18.
no, it was 19. We were at
Oh.
yeah, we were at 81, so 19 reviews away. And Willie, well, he sent me the audio of a conversation that he had with the one who shall not be named, and apparently it is overwhelming that everyone wants to hear it. So if we get those 19 starred reviews on Spotify, I'll drop it in the group.
I don't even know who. I don't even know how I recorded that. Like I don't. Yeah, I don't even. I told you I looked on my phone. I was listening. I'm like, where the fuck this come from? So if y'all want to hear it, we'll
It's
drop
a
it.
hot mess, a hot
We'll
mess.
drop it. So that's what I'm saying. You guys, we need reviews, not comments. I mean, please leave comments for us, but we need reviews. We need 19 more reviews.
And the sake of the reviews actually help us grow. Like when we get reviews, it helps the platforms push our content more, which will result in more listeners. So we appreciate that. And just make sure you're following us on all social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Melanin Mysteries. And I think that's all I got. Oh, no,
No, we
I
got to talk
forgot.
about, yeah, what about
Yes.
our
Okay.
1 year?
We got two events coming up. June 14th, we're going to be in Atlanta with Kay from the Infamous Ones at her meet and greet. And then in Cleveland on July 12th, we will be having our 1 year anniversary. In Cleveland, it's going to be a completely free event. I believe Kay's event is $30 until, or sorry, I lied. Ooh, I did.
65.
Yeah, sorry, $65. And hers comes with a whole list of everything. I believe it includes food, and all of that stuff. So, and then Kay will also be in Cleveland with us on July 12th. So we hope to see you somewhere this summer. And in June, we will be announcing something huge at Kay's meet and greet. So, like, if you have not got your tickets, I highly advise you do, because from what she said, the tickets go up on April 1st. And the announcement that we are going to make, I'm trying to tell you, you do not want to miss
Who?
it.
We making an announcement? Nigga, did you tell me about this announcement?
So we want you to be in attendance at one of our two events. Like I said, we're super excited and we cannot wait to see you there. And that is all I got.
All right. Yeah, that's it. So continue listening, man. Continue to show your support. Continue to let other people know about us and everything like that. We are trying to reach the hearts and homes of everybody that we can with our message of black true crime, love, and heartbreak and whatnot. I don't even know what I'm talking about. All right, go ahead and take us out.
All right, so just make sure that you remember that love should never come with a life sentence. So make sure you choose freedom and not felonies.
Yep, and we are out. Take it easy.
Uh oh.